All right, guys, we have made it into Missouri today. After about 15 hours on the road, we have officially made it. We got in, unloaded, headed right for the course. I got to play Harmony Bends today. I'll talk more about the courses on the final day of the countdown. So let's just jump right into the bag. Today we are talking about approach discs and some putters too. So approach discs, I carry two. I have the RPM Key and the Innova Rat. The Key is kind of like a Zone or a Toro with the stability. It's very stable at first. I'm slowly wearing this one in because for my approach shots, I actually like to throw a little like Annie flick and just have it kind of ride and then dump out. I also really like throwing Annie approaches, just full on Annie, which is why I still have the Rat in the bag. Once the Key wears in to that flight, I more than likely will take this out. But for those of you on here that do know me, this Rat might be the longest tenured disc in my bag. I've had it for a very long time. I just, like I said, I throw it on some Annie out of my hand and it just holds the entire time. I can throw it nice and high and let it glide. Versus the Key, which if I throw that same line with the Key right now, since it's not worn in, it'll ride that Annie and then kind of do one of these numbers and still want to finish to the right. The other real big thing with the Key that I like, at first it was a little hard getting used to, but now I actually really enjoy it. This disc gets a lot of skip. I'm not sure if it has something to do with this rim, but just a lot of good ground play in it if it's not in like thick grass, which I actually love now. Like I said before, a little difficult getting used to it. I'd go flying, I'd hit like at the basket and go flying past it. Now I can trust this to hit a little earlier and just kind of let it skip up or slide to the basket. Those are the two actual approach discs in my bag. Then I do have some putters that I like to use as approach discs as well, which is actually all three of RPM's putters. So you're just going to get a nice little lineup of all three. So the first one is the Takapu. This one is their stable putter, so the numbers are 2302. Just a nice deep putter, which is why I don't like to use it as my putting putter. I like a more of a shallow putter, but this is actually great off the tee for shots that you just want to pump something out flat, let it float, and then at the end you just get a little bit of that finish at the end. Or again, I like using it for approach shots. So if I'm far back and I don't really have the Annie forehand line with those guys, I will throw this just on like a little soft hyzer, or if I have to throw it straight through like a tunnel or a gap and then let it dump out. That's what this is for. Then you move into the Rudy. That this is in their Cosmic Plastic also. You can see it's kind of more see-through and everything. This is their neutral putter, so it's 2301, but it flies very straight. I love throwing this on like a high stall shot, so you just throw it up in the air, and then as it's coming out, it just slowly kind of float to the ground. I actually have a hole back home on my home course that I literally just throw this straight up into the right corner, nice and easy, and it just kind of glides down to the basket to the left. So that's what the Ruru's for. And then my most used putter for approach shots is the Tui. This disc, I used to never like flippy putters, but I wanted to give every disc in the RPM lineup a try, so I gave this one a try, and I've absolutely fallen in love with it. I have, I think, like 4 or 5 aces with Tuis now already, but this is a disc that I throw in a little bit of hyzer and it just kind of flips up and rides. So great for those tunnel shots, or if I need to throw an approach shot straight, I just throw this with a little bit of flip up and then just glides and just comes down soft on the ground straight. And then I also really like it. I have a hole back home on my home course where I throw this one up high to the left on Annie, and it just glides all the way to the basket. So yeah, so that is RPM's lineup. Again, like I said, these are all kind of deep. The Tui's not that deep, but it is very understable, so I don't like playing with that either. So join back tomorrow and you'll see what I am putting with. Thank you.